The last of the major pro sports leagues is off and rolling, and college basketball is ready to go as well. BetOnline remains your top spot for all your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, and NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions. All the hoops betting action, along with every sport available at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head on over to BetOnline today and remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Oh, we back. Pom-poms are shaking. Everything is bacon. Not bacon, but pork bacon, turkey bacon. Maybe, I don't know.
Pork.
Pork bacon, the pork on the fork. Okay. What's happening, y'all? We are back once again. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Welcome back to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. This is Band Sessions with the Boom. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We are on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. Go to the search engine, type in Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, and or type in Band Sessions with the Boom. I am your boy, Terrell Key, aka T Reezy. Yeah.
I'm Danielle, aka Don Yeezy.
And I'm Toby Johnson, aka Toby Johnson.
AKA Toby Johnson. You know what? So you're Toby and you're Toby. That's
I'm Toby.
that's easy.
me.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Easy to remember, unlike Danielle and I. Yeah. Yeah, so we're here, y'all. So what's been up? How y'all doing? How y'all been? What's been up? How y'all? What's cracking? What's popping?
Living
Doing
life.
good. How you doing, man? Let's say what
I'm
that.
good. I'm good, man. We back here again. They allow us to come back again. We back in our prospective places. I'm doing great. Danielle, what's up with me? Just chilling. I guess. Love the Boom, baby. Got my sweatshirt on. Gotta represent
Hey.
always. Yeah, I see Danielle got the shirt. I like the shirt though. The shirt is
Man.
really Animal Kingdom, zoo,
It's giving,
foresty,
big
giving
cat vibes.
big
The
big
way
cat.
night was eating real.
Right.
The way.
Yo. Yeah.
I like that. You know
It's
what? We
silky
did that
too. It's
one year as a
soft.
costume. Silky?
Yeah.
You didn't
Silky.
see you she always come with the surprise, though, but
I know it,
we
man.
weren't privy to
Weren't
the
prepared. She
information.
thought about that.
She did. She's like, I'm gonna hit him with this right here.
You know,
Bam.
little tiger action.
Little tiger action, nothing wrong with that. All right, y'all. So we're back again. So we got, another show. We're gonna do it again. Um, what we doing today? What's going on? What's popping? What we got going? What we got?
I got a question.
You got a question, Toby?
I got a
Has a
question.
question.
I got
All
a
right,
question.
let's hear it. What we
Thought
got?
about it in my commute to work the other day. A time that you were proud while being in the boom. You felt pride or proud of yourself while you're in the boom.
Terrell, you
It
want to
can
take
be
this?
individual, it could be collective in a group, it
I
could be
like that.
whole. A time that you felt the
I got it.
emotion of pride.
Pride. I was proud. I had the pride feeling when I want to say it was Alcorn 99, maybe maybe 99. It had to been I'm gonna say Alcorn 99. We did the pep rally at it was One Jackson Place, and my mom came out there to see her baby, me. It was I think it was 99. It may have been 98. I don't know. 98, 99, but I got the but the thing is I have the photo. I have the photo of some guy with the professional camera. He took a photo of my mom and I with me in the band uniform. I have an instrument in my hand, I think. but I know I had the uniform on. My mom came and she was just posted up, and she came to support. Like, my baby right there, my baby. So that I felt some pride like that. I was like, yeah, I'm in the boom, because that was a badge of honor. I made it. I'm here. So that was my moment.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
I guess I have one to be proud of. I can't remember. I can't think of a time where I felt like it stands out where I felt pride, but I can say I'm proud, or maybe I did feel pride. Just being a part of the whole Image Awards,
Oh
that process, that whole
Ah,
experience
man,
itself.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it felt like, um, I guess they treated us like we were stars. Like we were. I mean, we were performing, so it was.
royalty.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. We got the star treatment.
I,
But aside from that, just being a part of what that stood for, the
mm,
NAACP Image Awards, and all those black folks, and just that beautiful, beautiful experience. But yeah, I think that's what I'm proud of, and maybe I felt pride, during that process. But yeah.
yeah, I can only imagine. Terrell and I didn't get to experience the Image Awards like you guys did, but like
Oh, y'all
I
didn't.
know
Show didn't.
I
Nope.
know I was proud of you guys when I saw
Right.
it on TV, and then hearing your experience and feeling like you were a part of the collective we there instead of like
Mm,
an exclusive, because being in the band, you're so used to eating the wet sandwiches and the jungle juices that
mm-hmm.
when you get to a situation like that and they're looking at you, when you have the Holly Berries and you know the
Yeah.
Tyler Perry's and the
Yeah.
people, like they looking at you like a star, like you guys are doing a
Yeah.
really good job. I can only
Mm-hmm.
imagine. I think
Yeah.
a time like we talked about, I didn't grow up in Jackson. I grew up in Brandon. But my family, I started my education in Jackson, going to Johnson Elementary, and my dad's side of the family was all in Georgetown. And I think it was probably 99, 2000, us marching in the Martin Luther King parade was my proudest moment. My mom doesn't get enough credit because she showed up. She was at like every game from middle school to college. Like she found a way to get to wherever we were and watch us. My dad, he wasn't the most stellar of a father, but he made one of those parades and he followed us from Brinkley Middle School all the way to Lanier at the end of the parade. And I could see him on the right side, walking with me and then getting ahead and then seeing a friend and then talking to the friend and then pointing at me. And
Oh.
and as a son, I think one of the things that you always want to do, no matter what that relationship is to make your dad proud. And
Mm,
I felt in that moment that he was proud of me. I felt like, oh, I have done something that he acknowledges as something that's good or great. And
mm.
that was a proud moment for me.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good. That's dope. That's
That's a
touchy,
dope
but it's
memory
dope. It's
Yeah.
touchy, but
and sentiment
dope.
attached to it
Yeah.
though as well.
Yeah.
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 That's a
Yeah.
feel. That's a feel good. A lot. If people like feel good stories. We talk about feel good moments and the moments that we share. And even though it's been like 20 years, it's still a moment that sits in your brain. And it's kind of like you release that moment and you share with that. You share with the world that moment. You
Yeah.
share with people, your friends, that moment. Like, man, this is what made me really, really proud years ago, and never had an opportunity to express that. So
Hmm.
I like that. That's dope. That's cool, man. That's what's up. I'm with
I
that.
appreciate you guys for allowing me to share that.
Yeah, man. You
Mm-hmm.
share what you want to share. You
Mm-hmm.
Toby Johnson, aka
And my
Toby
Taylor
Johnson.
Swift cup, 1989.
Come on, Taylor Swift. He the one that got a
Okay then.
customized cup. He made that. You did that at the arts and crafts department at work,
No, that's
schoolhouse.
my daughter's cup.
Oh, it's a home project. Oh,
It's
okay.
a home
Okay.
project. We're real
Ah,
Swifties up in this joint.
yeah.
Haters
I
gonna hate, hate, hate,
right.
hate, hate.
All right, so look, let's get into it. So here we go. We're back once again. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. This is band sessions with the Boom, and we have another special guest. And we're about to bring our special guest on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let me get my pump pump.
Oh,
Miss
forget my phone.
Kimesha Worthy Bunner. What? Yeah. What up, though? Something that popped up on my
What's
screen. Hold on,
up? What's
let me
up?
pull this
What's
out.
up? How are y'all?
My computer
Good.
tripping.
What's
Hold on, let
up?
me log this out of here. I'm sorry, my bad.
My
All
night
right.
hours, but I'm good.
Oh,
You said what now? What you say? What you say?
We're in my night hours, but I'm good.
In your night hours, you one of those? You go to bed early, but
I
when the
wouldn't do it for
sun.
anybody else. It's my Boom family. I got y'all.
And that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. How you
Exactly.
doing? Everything been all right with you? You been good?
Everything is everything. I'm
Everything is
living.
everything.
I'm breathing. That's all I can tell you. I'm living
You
and
know
I'm breathing.
what?
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
awesome.
the
Amen.
land of the living. Hey,
Right, right,
Hey,
right.
can't beat it. I'm I'm
Exactly.
I'm I'm glad we got you on here. We're gonna have some fun with this, and we're gonna get this thing kicked off.
Oh,
So,
Right.
we normally just kind of just get in here. We just have conversations, just laugh and joke and talk about whatever comes to mind. Questions here or there. I have a question. Toby have a question. Danya have a question. Maybe and we just talk about some stuff.
mhm.
And that's it.
All
So let's
right.
get into it. Let's see who's gonna take the floor first. Looking for mine. I got mine wrote
Kamisha,
down.
just like normal. Tell us your boom story. Like what drove you to be a part of the Sonic Boom of the South, and how did you get here, and once you got there, what section, what did you do? Talk to us about your boom story.
Okay. So everything that I do now or did musically, literally from my eighth grade year through my senior year in high school. You all, I was not in the band prior to eighth grade, which is, really crazy for me to say, and people did not know. But it was just God orchestrated. And as I tell you the story, you'll see how it was God orchestrated. But first off, I am the only one to go to college in my immediate family. Okay. I'm the only one that has the abilities that I have in my immediate family. God orchestrated. And I'm not just saying that, that's fact. um, it was obvious to me when I was younger because I actually started off just singing. And Toby, no, they had me singing a lot, but I actually started
No,
off
we
singing.
ask you to sing a lot.
Oh my gosh, a lot, yes. But I didn't mind. And y'all used to have to, stop smiling. I'm like, this is I love to sing. But, that's what I love to do. I was just in the choir. And besides my daughter now having the abilities that I have, because her father's also musically inclined. So she has it. But outside of that, I'm the only one in my immediate family that has these abilities. So let's just fast forward to how God kind of outlined this. Okay. So a lot of people come on here and they say that they came from a musical family or from parents that played musical instruments,
Mhm.
or it was just naturally instilled in them. But I can honestly say that it started with me. God gave it to me. So this is crazy, y'all, but I know this was God. So one day my mother came home. This was probably the beginning of my eighth grade year. And she just said completely unexpectedly, out of the blue, "You're getting in the band." Huh? And she not only said, "I'm getting in the band," she was like, "You're in the drum section." I was like, "Mom, huh?"
Oh,
I was discombobulated, completely dumbfounded. I never inquired about the band. I never gave her any um thoughts of me wanting to be in the band. She just came home out of the blue and said it. So of course, this is my mother, and I'm not about to talk back to her.
Of you better not. You
Right.
better
I
not.
respect
right.
her. So I joined the band, and I actually started out on cymbals,
mhm,
which did not last long.
mhm,
Did not last long. I quickly moved to downright tenor. So I played leg tenor in
mhm.
high school.
What high
So
school?
I was at Towers High School in Decatur, Georgia. I'm from Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Red Dog, of course. But so I went to high school in Decatur, Georgia. But again, all God ordained, because why would my mother come home? out of the blue and say I'm getting in the band. So I ended up marching in the band. I did concert band, symphonic band, percussion ensemble from 8th to 12th grade. I served as section leader for like 2-3 years. And I just became extremely good. I'm not sure if y'all know like the band directors in Georgia, but Marvin Pryor was my band director, and Kevin Lewis and all of them,
Mhm.
um, played under him. But he was my director up until my sophomore year. And then another one of my band directors, Mr. Lawrence Jennings, who actually went to Jackson State, came my junior year, and he's actually WT. I don't know what year, but he's actually WT. He's the one that brought it all, the Jackson State world to me. Because honestly, I was all about downright tenor. So I never looked
Mhm.
at Jackson State because upright tenor terrified me.
Mm.
It literally
Mm.
terrified me. And I honestly didn't start looking at Jackson State until like around my junior year because he was like, hey, Kimesha, you can do this. You can catch on to anything. And I was like, this is like Charlie Brown. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not listening to what you're saying. I'm downright. That's where I'm going. But I was fascinated with the style. So anyway, he brought the Tiger Run on and all of that to my high school. So mind you, I'm seeing Jackson State, of course, high school style, but I'm seeing Jackson State style and all of that. And he's the one that put Jackson State on my radar and playing upright tenor in my mind, but it was in the back of my mind. I was not doing it. I was not doing it. So fast forward to my senior year. Initially, I was supposed to go to Bethune-Cookman College. I had a full ride to Bethune-Cookman playing downright because at the time they were playing downright. I was
Mhm.
going to play downright tenor. Full ride, y'all. So again, I'd only played downright, and Bethune-Cookman, of course, they ended up shifting to upright, which is hilarious. But they were downright. So I told Mr. Jennings, hey, that's where I'm going. I love you, but hey, that's where I'm going. I was going to Bethune-Cookman. So one day during my senior band practice, here comes Kevin Lewis, Ronnie Yancey, Jason Hunter, Chris Mathis. You know,
Legends.
right. These are guys that I marched with Kevin, and Jason. Ronnie, it was briefly with Ronnie, but again, these are all people who I marched with. So they came to band practice one day, and I look up to these guys, y'all. I mean, respect, mad respect, and they were convincing, y'all. They told me to just try it, and I was like, whatever. I'm not playing upright tenor. Y'all not look, downright is my comfort zone. But all in all, they convinced me and I did it. I went home and I spoke to my mom, and the rest is history. So again, fast forward to the first day of band camp at Jackson State. I actually went to band practice, y'all, with the wrong mallets and
What?
the wrong
Wow.
strap because I had never played upright. I had
Ah.
they spin, they had the
Yeah, the
strings.
spin and stuff. I remember that. Go
Oh
ahead.
wow.
I
Right. And
remember.
y'all, I said nobody knew though. I sat through the whole band practice, like, what are those mallets they have? What is this strap? So my mom stayed, of course, she's dropping her baby off at college, so she didn't leave. So I called her, I said, Mama, we need to find a music store because I don't have the right stuff. I was completely oblivious, you all, to the world of playing upright tenor. I had no idea, completely oblivious.
Wow.
And also at this time, I had no clue that no girl had ever made it a full year. I'm just coming in doing my thing. I had no
Mhm.
idea that Rakisha was the last girl to come through in '93.
Mhm.
So
Word?
yes, so
Yeah,
I came. She was '93 and I was '99.
It's
Unless we
D-Town.
missed something in the middle,
yeah, that was it.
that made it.
Hmm.
That made it through the whole year.
Through the year, yeah.
Right. That's so y'all. Yeah.
After Alcorn.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So knowing that fact, I was like, "Oh, I'm doing this." This drove me to practice and become the best, and to show them the girls can do it too. But ultimately, that's what started my journey into the world of music because I did not just start doing it. 8th grade, my mom came home, like I said, and just said, "Hey, you're getting in the band." And Mr. Jennings is he opened my eyes to the world of Jackson State, which was the best decision of my life.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
And every other school after that is just mundane,
Hey,
plain
I
and
know that's right. I know
plain,
that's right. You better talk that
plain,
talk.
plain and simple. So that's my story of how I got into music. And like I said, it's God ordained, y'all. When I do what I do, like even when it comes to stepping, like I hear things Like Donnie knows, like with
Mm-hmm.
PBS, I just hear things. And y'all, if you've ever seen my videos on Facebook of my classes, like we rap, we sing. I got all these tracks in the background, because that's what we do. And that's how I teach.
I
But
love
it's
it.
all instilled in me. I can write lyrics. Everything y'all hear is what I wrote. So it's just, again, something that God ordained in me, y'all. And I'm using it.
I
I'm
know
not
that's right.
I'm not letting it just fall to the wayside. Now I don't sing as much. I don't sing as much.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Get your singing on.
I
Singing in
stay
the
hoarse a lot.
background.
I teach all day and I stay hoarse a lot, so I
Oh.
can't sing as much. But I do sing, of course, in class. My kids, so I'll sing with them. But that's one thing I don't do as much, and I'm really gonna get back into, y'all, because I don't want to sit on that gift because I know what God, gave me. But I know that was kind of lengthy, but that was my
No,
No,
that was
that was
perfect.
beautiful.
that was my
That was
spiel
perfect.
on, what got me into the realm of music, y'all, in
Right.
Jackson State. So
So thank you for sharing such a wonderful story. Everybody's story is so different, and it's all fascinating to me. So what gave you the confidence? You said that you were like, you were terrified of the
oh
upright
yes.
chest tenor. So what gave you the confidence to finally just go for it?
The way that, and it's hilarious that like Kevin Lewis, he doesn't realize the impact that he had. I had a bigger connection with Kevin than anybody, but he was like, Kimesha, you can do it. You can do anything. I've seen you play. And then Mr. Jennings, he was like, Kimesha, you don't understand how fast you catch on to things. And when my mom sat me down and she was like, again, I'm the first one to go to college. We're really the only one in my immediate family still, to go to college. And she was like, Kimesha, I believe in you. I think you can do it. And I'm like, well, Mom, I'll try it. And y'all, I'm built differently, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
like I don't quit. I don't quit. God made me built to endure a lot of stress, a lot of things, even in life in general, so honestly, I just stepped out on it because
Mm-hmm.
I know me and I know my abilities and I know God gave me these abilities. So, and he gave me the confidence that I needed. So if he gave me that confidence, I was like, you know what? We're going to do this. It was rough, y'all. It
Uh-huh.
was rough. It was a rough adjusting to that style. But once I adjusted, that was it.
That was
No,
it.
I would
You
never
locked
play
in.
downright. I would never go back to downright tenor ever again. If I could relive my life, I would make sure it was upright tenor, 8th through 12th
Downright doesn't
grade.
make sense, man.
It doesn't now. Like it
It
in,
doesn't
in
make
my
sense.
mind though, my mind said it did because that was all I knew. And I
The
can,
sound
ooh,
goes to the
y'all,
ground.
but my power. I had
Yeah,
the power. Like
you
it was
did.
ridiculous. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous. But you're right. It makes no sense now that I think about it. I'm like, why did I play so many? But that was my high school.
yeah.
We played downright. But again, I would not go back to downright ever again. I would relive my boom days again if I could.
Mhm.
Because they were just that good.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
that good.
yeah. Oh,
Just that good.
you can't. Boom days were amazing.
I
We had
mean,
Yeah.
no. We didn't have a care in the world. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I
But
told my
anyway,
daughter
sorry.
that as well. I tell her I would go back and relive it today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in
You know,
saying that, I want to show you something, and I'm going to
okay.
share my screen
Uh
with
oh.
you.
Bobby, what are you
And what
doing?
I
What is
and what I
it?
want you to do, nah, look, I
Okay.
want you to do because this was a really fun time to me. And I remember mom getting me this. This was my first digital camera, and we all went on
Okay.
a trip, and it was to Salt Lake City, Utah.
Utah. Okay. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. What up?
Um, and it was a really good trip. And I can't find it anymore. Let's see here.
Find it.
I'm fine. I'm looking. I'm
Toby
looking.
got
All
something.
right, hurry
Toby
up.
showing up.
There we
Oh.
go.
Oh.
Is
Oh my
can you
God.
all see
Oh.
that?
Mm-hmm.
I
When
want you
was
to
what?
tell me because
What?
this was at the
Y'all, that was so
NCAA
much pride.
finals.
Yeah.
I found this a couple of weeks ago, and then I pulled it
Okay.
out when I knew you were coming. But this was in Salt Lake City, Utah, for the NCAA tournament. The first round, we played Kansas, and
Hmm.
we lost, but it was a really fun time. You'll see people on this picture playing instruments that they don't play. Woosie playing quads. You see Percy in the
Oh,
back playing
that's
bass drum.
dope. Yeah.
What do you think when you see this picture?
Y'all, family,
Mhm.
love. Y'all, I gained a family. And I mean, I'm trying, y'all, Zoe in the background. Oh, why you do this to me, Toby?
Mhm.
But
No,
it's,
I did it.
Oh, so
yeah, it's
make it full
family.
screen. Make it full screen.
Okay.
I'm
Full
trying
screen.
to see,
You right there.
like, I'm trying to see. Oh my
No,
gosh,
that ain't
y'all,
it.
that's like,
I messed it up, but we're gonna go
it's
back. What
okay.
do you think?
I could see it. I could see it. But
Uh-huh.
like it was
Right.
family and the way y'all embraced me, after Alcorn, it was like y'all, I was overwhelmed with the
Mhm.
love that y'all showed me. Like not
Mhm.
just y'all, but Donnie, all y'all, like the whole band.
Mhm.
It was just another, and y'all still are, family and so much pride. Y'all, I was so proud. Like when I accomplished being the first girl to make it on the drum, I never said I would play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
see, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sensitive, and
And cold at it too, and cold on
Right.
it.
I mean, it was
No, you was plucking.
a process.
She was plucking.
Yeah. Yes,
It was
indeed.
a process, and that's another story. If we have time, I'll tell y'all that story about that process, about how I got to be there. But again, like so much pride, just making history.
Mhm.
Being like when I go to the band hall, people are like Kimesha Worthy. Kimesha, I'm like,
Mm.
y'all don't have to say my whole name.
Whatever
I love
whatever
it.
contest
It's
would you
just, and
like?
they bow
Right.
like y'all, it's just Kimesha. They's like Mama Misha. Okay, okay. But
Come on,
not
Mama Misha.
right. I take that over Commissioner Worthy every time.
Hmm.
For the rest of
Every
my
time.
life. Rest of my life.
But y'all, it's just y'all, Toby. Oh my gosh, like I'm so sensitive when it comes to WT.
Yeah.
I love them. Like those are my brothers. Like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh. And I did something that no other girl had done, y'all.
Mhm.
And it's not arrogance.
Nah.
It's not me being boastful.
No,
It's
not at
like
all.
just
Never.
pride to say girls can do it too.
For sure.
You
Hey.
and I read it
Say
of
that
the
again.
negative mindset.
Absolutely.
Girls can do it too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And again, I read it of that negative mindset. Excuse me, that I couldn't play upright. That's what really, 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 really hit home for me because
Hmm.
y'all, if y'all had the capability to read my mind in my senior year in high school, you would have saw how adamant I
Mhm.
was about not playing upright. Like I
Hmm.
didn't hear what anybody was saying because I'm like, y'all, I can't do that. I'm like, and Toby, like you're saying, downright didn't make sense. In my mind, upright
Hmm.
didn't make sense.
Hmm.
I was like, that's a bass drum. That's what I was like.
I'm like, downright, that's a snare drum.
What is that? What is that? I said, I would rather play cymbals. And then I saw them twins. I was like, nah,
Yeah.
never mind.
Mhm.
Never
Too
mind.
heavy.
On
But
his ain't no joke.
yeah,
Too
that's
heavy.
that pride. The way y'all embraced me, number one, and just knowing that y'all, I did something that I didn't think I could do, but I had to step out on what God put in me, y'all. And when I say He put some stuff in me, and that's
Mhm.
Mhm.
still in me, and that's just evident in me, and my kids see it, my babies see it, my superheroes. I call them superheroes because that's
Mhm.
who we are. But my superheroes in my classroom, they see it.
Mhm.
That's what God put in me. And it's so crazy. I put I can't remember which song because I've written so many songs for my class, but I posted on Facebook, right? And then
Mhm.
WT was coming. Oh, I see Funk Train. I can hear Funk Train 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
But
Guilty.
yeah, but it's embedded in my head.
Mhm.
So my husband is a musician, and I sit with him and I'm like, hey, how does this sound? He'll look at me like, you wrote this? I'm a lyricist in my other life, you know.
Uh-oh.
It's
Yeah.
just rhythm. Yeah. You
Well,
got it.
slightly. Exactly. It's just my rhythm and how a lot of times I'm teaching y'all and I just start talking in rhythm and
Mhm.
I make up a
Mhm.
song just like that. But Toby,
Musician.
that picture, just back to the
Mhm.
picture, just pride, like
He's a
love. Like I
musician.
love y'all so much. That's why I'm so mad at you for not marching with me. But it's
I
okay.
got you.
I
I
still
marched
love
like 3 years with you. 2 years with you.
I'm mad too. I'm mad too,
you. Hey, Johnny, thank
Misha.
you. Thank you.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I
that's,
am.
that's
And three.
okay. This 42-year-old
Excuses
got
are
a
the
dead
tools
end.
of
It's
incompetence.
okay.
I'm sorry.
I know
It's okay.
that's right.
Right. Tell it. So look, pick this out. So I got something for you. I got a question for you. So what do you think was your best moment ever being in the boom? What was the best moment for you? What comes to mind when you think about best moment?
There were, well. There were two
Okay.
when we did the Image Awards. Y'all,
Look at that. Look at
that
that. Look at
that
that. Toby,
that.
That was
Toby,
the
they didn't want
following
us.
year, man.
Toby,
We
they
couldn't
didn't
show.
want us.
Y'all,
They
I
didn't
showed
want
my
us, Toby.
baby that with us marching. If y'all go to YouTube, y'all, I know y'all seen it, but when we come down the aisle at the beginning of the video, I was like, "Baby, look at that!" Like, and then I had like a few seconds of camera time,
We gotta
around
find that
marching by
clip.
the camera. But it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm marching in the NW. What? Image Award? What? That was one. And then another one was when they did it wasn't a documentary on me, but it was a documentary on WT, but they interviewed me. And it's on YouTube as well. And y'all, they got this horrible clip of me in the video. I was like, oh,
Why is
Wait,
it
what is it called?
y'all I look awful. but, but we were at band practice and I was like, ooh, the glow up. Because but that was another one. But actually somebody shared it recently on our WT page. And I was like, wow, I forgot about that. They had me talking and they actually had me record it. And then they actually had me at the end whooping the drum. I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. So that's two moments right there. There are a lot, but that's the first two that came to mind.
That's good. That's fine. Those are great moments,
And of course, being
Th-
the first girl of T5, of course. That's
So, hey, pop your collar,
That's more
girl.
than right. That's more than
being Mama Misha Kamisha worthy.
a
Come on,
prize.
Mama Misha. Mama
I
Misha.
cannot believe it.
It is you.
It's just you.
I'm not exaggerating. They do. They do it all.
Yeah, that's it.
Mama Weisha.
Yes.
You're a legend. Receive
Mhm.
it. Just receive it.
I,
Receive it for what
I
it is.
I do. And like I said, it's not arrogance. And my
Yeah.
baby, and honestly, y'all, I only march for the alumni band because my mother and my daughter.
Mhm.
I'm 42, and I do work
Really?
out, but y'all know you got to be in shape for the drum. I
Mhm.
don't care how much you work out and carrying that tenor drum, but I did it with ease. Now, true, I didn't whoop the whole time like I normally would, but I
That's
held
wisdom. That's
right,
wisdom. That's why
right. And
LeBron's still playing. He ain't
I
playing
didn't
40
want
minutes.
to be aching in pain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I did it for my
Uh-huh.
mother and my daughter because my baby was like, Mama, do it. And
Mhm.
she's never seen me in that. She's only
Yeah.
watched like short video clips here and there, or when I would go back for homecoming and play for band practice,
Mhm.
for a little bit. She's never witnessed that. And y'all, she videoed me, and I didn't know they had put me on the big screen. I didn't know until I watched
Oh,
her video. And she was like, "Oh, look at my mommy." And y'all, she, put the phone
Mhm.
camera on the actual screen. I was like,
zoomed in.
Mhm.
Oh,
I was it was so much pride and like, look at my mommy. And that's y'all for me. I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. And of course, my mom. My mom
Hmm.
has always been my biggest cheerleader at every game.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. No
Bad
doubt.
booster parent at Jackson State, y'all. This is
Mhm.
hilarious. It's probably a little bit off topic, but I was a freshman. I was crap. So I marched in the game. Crazy. I didn't eat.
Mhm.
Oh,
I don't know why. I just didn't eat that game. So I was in the stands and I was standing by JT and I felt faint.
Hmm.
And my mama saw it. She's sitting right behind me and I was just wobbling. And I tried to sit down and of course, they gave me that look. 'Cause I'm a crash, so I'm a
Mhm.
freshman.
Oh Lord.
So eventually I just couldn't take it anymore. And I leaned over and my mom yelled, "Hey, let me take care of my child." And she was talking to JT. JT didn't answer at first. She's like, "Hey, I'm talking to you. Can I feed my child?" She gave her a side eye and did this. And I had to eat. I don't know what I was thinking about, but my mom was like, "Look, y'all gonna let me feed my child. I don't care if she a fresh
Oh
fry."
my
get
God.
this. Take,
She was yelling at
Hey,
JT.
she
JT
had a,
say
probably
her whole name. JT. Who is JT?
Jason Thompson. Jason
Thank you.
Thompson. Do y'all not know JT?
I
Yeah,
know
we
yes, we
JT.
do.
Come
Yes, we
on,
know
I
yeah.
know
JT.
JT, but
Jason,
like
We
and I
know
the
got
who
a
world
he
story
don't
is.
know
about
who
Jason.
JT is.
I got a
shout out
story about Jason
JT
Thompson too, but
for
yes,
letting you
Jason,
get some to eat.
yes.
She had a hot dog with a little splash of mustard on it.
But what's so
I
beautiful about
actually
Get
had
that?
A
this hot
nacho.
dog.
some.
Nacho.
What's so beautiful about that
Jalapenos
is
on the
is
top.
WT though. Like because it was a whole bunch of hardy, people was just hard nosed, but they were like soft as a teddy bear. Like like JT, people like I don't say
But
they
she was
feared
yelling
him,
at
but
him,
they
and I'm
respect him.
giving. Oh my God, she was y'all. I'll tell you a story about JT. Once we get to all y'all's questions or
Yeah,
whatnot,
yeah. We got a
I
few
have to
minutes
tell you a
left.
story about Mr. Jason Thompson that I will love him forever for this.
Ah,
For this. But
I
yeah,
think
she
you
was
can tell that
yelling at him.
story now, man.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I don't want to.
No,
Okay.
go. No, like
Yeah,
tell us
we
about
here.
JT
you
because
have
I
the
think he's a
floor.
special
So,
person. I love
oh my
him
gosh,
to
y'all,
death.
forever in my heart, forever. So, a lot of people don't know that I was almost cut from the section. Okay, unless you were in WT, of course. But Toby, I don't even think you were in the room at this particular time the doc came
Mhm.
in. But in my mind, I wasn't quitting. That just wasn't in me, right? So during these years that we were there, you either quit or you were cut.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm not sure again if you were in there. I think you may have just been tenor drummers, but all I remember is it's been like 24 years, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
That's
had to say,
long.
I had to think about that. It's been like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
that's a long time. Yeah,
Yes. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Okay. So I just remember I was working with Jason Thompson, on something apart, and Dr. Liddell came into the room, into the WT room, and he was checking on the freshmen. So at this time, y'all, I was still adjusting to the style. Again, downright was my thing. So I was still adjusting to the style, and it wasn't coming as natural as I thought it would be. So catching on to the parts now, that was a breeze. Everything as far as the parts was a breeze, but the style wasn't. So Dr. Liddell made his way over to JT and me, and he stopped us. And he looked at JT. And of course, my mind is like, I'm terrified of Doc at this time, y'all. So he was like, what about the girl? And I was the only girl that was left. And what about the girl? Does she need to go? I was like, oh my gosh. So at that time, I just knew I was being cut because I knew I wasn't cutting it. Okay. But I refused to quit. I was determined to be the first girl. That was my mindset. But it wasn't up to me at that point. It was up to JT. You know, and there you got Zoe, rest in peace, my love. But you got Zoe, who was a natural beast. Okay. Artie came in, who was pretty good as well. They were both of them, and Percy, all of them were better than me. Okay, I was at the bottom when it came to style. Now, parts again, I got it, but the style was just beneath me. So anyway, they were all much better than me. So I already knew that JT was going to say, "Yeah, let's just get rid of the girl." But he shocked me, and it brings tears to my eyes. And I'm not going to cry, but it brings tears to my eyes to think
Go
about it.
ahead.
Say no, because I won't cry, y'all. But his words set me on the course of making history, and it lit that fire in me. So I'll be forever grateful for you, JT, if you ever see this. But I've already told him this anyway. But he saw something in me that I didn't see. God ordained. JT looked at Doc and he said, we're gonna keep her. She'll be okay. I've got her. Excuse me. Excuse me. So those words right there made me practice harder and longer and become better within weeks. JT even noticed it. He was like, you've been practicing, huh? And I was like, yeah, but he literally took me under his wing, y'all. He had me playing tenor solo parts with him as a freshman, you know, and
Mm.
and mind you,
Mm.
I was still adjusting to the style at that time. Like
Mm.
who does that? JT, you put me on tenor solo number one with you,
Testimony.
Hey.
like who
Testimony.
does that? So him taking me under his wing, y'all. When I say lit a fire under me, and I was like, I'm not gonna let this man down. And all I did was mimic him. I
Look at
mimicked
that.
I mimicked
That's all
So
you
if
had
everything.
to
y'all
do.
want to know,
I
That's
also
all you had to
mimicked
do.
Zoe. I also
Yeah.
mimicked Alonzo because Zoe was JT's prodigy. So I
Mhm.
mimicked Zoe. And Zoe took me, oh my gosh, don't cry. Zoe took me under his wing. Oh, woo. But seriously, my crab brother, Zoe was mean to everybody but me. He was mean to everybody but me. He took me under his wing. Percy taught me all the parts. And Zoe was like, hey, this is the style. You got to get that lean. You got to get that pterodactyl wingspan. And I was like, the what? What are you talking about? But what's crazy was it, I want to say my sophomore year or sophomore year, JT was at the game and Alonzo and I, of course, were in the front, we're marching. And he said, I could not tell y'all apart. He was like, that's how much y'all look as far as identical, as far as your marching, your playing, and your style. And I was like, that's because of Alonzo and you, because of y'all. And I told those boys, and I went back for homecoming. I said, y'all, look, I'm 42, but I can still hold this drum and still march. You know, I can still do it. And I thank God for all that to still be able to do that. But y'all, if it were not for JT, I would not be the first girl of T5. If it were not for JT, I would not be where I am today. So forever grateful for that man, for his words. She's gonna be
Much
okay.
love.
I've got
Yeah,
her.
much love.
And he
JT
had
Much
is
me.
love.
dope.
And he had
Percy.
me.
All right, yeah, all those people.
All of them. They
It's
took
all
me.
But
full
you
circle.
My
you
crab
did the
brothers.
work.
Yep.
Yes, they took
Love it.
me under their wings when it was just 7 of us left. You know, they took me under their wing. He was like, Misha, we got you. And they're still like that to this day. You know,
Dope.
until he died, Alonzo was the same way. They knew you better
Yeah.
not say anything about Kimesha to
Facts.
Oh, it's gonna be some
it's
smoke
gonna
Facts.
y'all
with
know
it.
he was mean like that. But that was my baby. That was my boo. All of them are. They're all my brothers, you
Mm,
know, and I just that's just it. That's my spiel on JT and how he just wrote history for me. You know, he helped me
right.
write the history of Kimesha being WT. Kimesha being the first girl, y'all. I can go on and on about that, man.
I love that.
A lot of
So
JT's a
history.
legend, man. I want to get him on, man.
yes,
Yeah.
please get him on here. Please get him on here. Yes, 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 yes.
Commission. So we got about 5 minutes. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? We're gonna bring it to a close in a minute
okay.
here. But you know, it when we do these shows, you know, this is an opportunity for us to bring people on that people may or may not know that are legends. People that started something, that created something, and it's like each year there was a different person amongst the group to create something, to create it, and it'd be another legend creating something. Then the next year, somebody else. You fall into the category. You fall into the category of a legend. You fall into the category, and all, you know, Toby don't do that, so I don't want to get too deep in there. But like, you know, to be able to just say that, and for people to know that with that, somebody else told somebody about you.
Yeah.
You know,
Mama
somebody that
Misha.
knows you learned about you from somebody else that knows you.
Yeah.
That's a legend. That's amazing. I don't know
Yeah.
that's deep. This boom story, it's a never ending story.
It
Can't stop,
is.
won't stop, man.
It's never ending. We got so far. We got so far to go. We got so many people to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, we got so many stories to tell. We got so many things that happen right up under our nose that we don't even know it happened until we get people like you on.
Right.
Hmm.
We
Right.
watch the same time,
Hmm.
but
Right.
you sharing stuff right now that I didn't even know.
Yeah. And
That's
I mean,
crazy.
that's usually how it would be, you know, and even Toby marching in the section with me
I
didn't
want to know
even
some
know,
stuff.
you know, the spiel about what JT said that lit a fire under me. But y'all, it was just like I said, I know what God put in me and I refuse to quit. But again, had it not been for him, regardless of how good I am or
Right.
was,
You might have been
would
piece
not
and
have
piece back to Atlanta.
exactly. Y'all, I can't imagine my world how it would be without J State. Like,
Yeah.
He
where
had a
would I have
voice.
been without Jackson State? I
Okay.
mean,
JT had a voice.
I still would have been commissioned.
You were still in Kamisha, but you would
I
become
would
Yeah.
still
you
be
would have been
commissioned.
Mama Misha.
What
Mama
I
Misha.
mean
Mama
is,
Misha, a different Mama Misha.
Kamisha Word. I still be Kamisha Word. But
Mama.
you know, y'all, Jackson State is just, and it's not biasly speaking.
Mhm.
You know, it is just the experience of experiences that
Mhm.
everybody should experience. You know, it is just, oh my gosh, the summa cum laude of bands. I can start preaching. You know, it's
Ah,
just that.
Mhm.
come on, Pastor.
It is just that, y'all. And I know y'all marched in the boom, and a lot of people say, "Oh, you're speaking biasly, yada 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 yada." I was like, "No, I'm
No,
not.
we get y'all.
I'm not. The boom is the
Mhm.
boom. It's a family, y'all.
Hmm.
Mhm.
A family, a good family. I mean, we are the
Yeah.
boom, you know. But I'm just
I went
listen.
down a yeah, I went down a rabbit hole a couple of weeks ago watching some YouTube videos of some high school people that
Uh,
came to the high school band day,
uh,
and I was watching the percussion section teach each other,
mm-hmm,
and I instantly thought about you.
mm-hmm.
Being in education,
Yeah,
I know what a good teacher does, and looking at the videos that you do, it makes me proud of you. And
Thank
it
you.
makes me also sad to think that it was a possibility of you not completing being
Thank
in our section,
you.
because
Oof.
it was never a doubt to me in that moment, in that time, that you were going to be WT.
Yeah.
I knew that you were going to be WT.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that was going to happen because I wasn't a tenor drum player, but
Yeah.
I knew that it was important for you to finish.
Yes.
But seeing the aftermath, because I see WT in you when you teach in your class, when you clapping
Yeah.
in front of the class and you dancing and shake it fast, read your math, I'm like, that is great because the students are engaged, and you're teaching a
Yeah.
diverse group of kids and stuff. It's just beautiful. So those are
Yeah.
my flowers to you, because you took
Oh, thank
all of
you.
that and how we teach each other and through repetition and doing it
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over and over again. Okay, we got that part wrong. Let's do those 4 counts again, again, again. I can see those kids at home with their parents doing math. Shake it, man. And their parents looking at them like they're crazy, but they getting that math right. I
Yeah.
know that's because of
Yeah.
you. And like,
Yeah.
you are an outstanding teacher to me, and
Oh,
I know
thank
you're
you.
doing your calling and you're living it up to the fullest. And I really appreciate you. And I am so proud to call you, WT, a sister. You're not my craft sister, but you family.
Yes. Forever. 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 Absolutely. WT forever, baby.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely. Much love. Much love.
All good. All right. So we're about to bring this to a sad close.
No, it was
It's
good
sad
though.
that the
Mhm.
time goes away, and we always get we get caught up in these conversations, and we have a good time. We just having just reminiscing, just saying things that people may not know, and the world get an opportunity to think back to the 99, 2000, 2001 days, and people that were around during that time. Just kind of it's so much history in the boom that people just don't know.
Yeah.
And this history is not, it's not like it's top secret history. It's just things that go on in the world
We just don't
that
talk
other
about it,
people,
man.
we just don't
Right.
talk
It's a
about
lot
it.
of people in the band, man.
Yeah, yeah.
A
So
lot.
A lot of people in the band.
man, a lot of people. So here's our platform. Here's our opportunity to kind of just release and just kind of just talk and just kind of just share things. And it's just conversation. It's kind of like, oh, I remember that about 24 years ago. We're talking about 20 something years
Right.
ago.
I had to think about that.
20 something years has
99,
gone, have
2000.
gone. Man,
99.
Yeah.
it's
Taking
crazy,
over for
right?
the 99 and
Like I
2000.
can tell you, they
2000.
don't believe me. Like that I've been like I'm like y'all. And it's just funny, real quick, real quick. So of course, a girl is student teaching in my building, and
Mhm.
she came into me and asked me, "Do you remember what you did your student teaching lesson on?" I'm looking at her like, "This is my 20th year teaching. I don't know." And she looked.
Right.
She was like,
Mhm.
"No, it's not." Like she literally thought this was my first year
Oh,
teaching.
wow.
I know I don't look that young, number one, but I
No,
guess
you
she.
actually
You
do.
do.
Like when I
You
when I
do.
look at this, it's not that much difference.
No, it's
It's
not.
like
Well, she observed me once and she was like, she
yeah.
came to me for advice, like my songs, my chants and all of
Mhm.
that. So I guess it's just my energy. It's my
Yeah.
energy. But she
Hmm.
literally thought I was just starting out. I was like, nope, 20 years, babe. 20 years teaching.
That's
Legend.
crazy. Retirement
Legend.
in 5 years.
Right. Living legends.
Wow,
Legend.
y'all. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Thank y'all for this. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank
Well,
you. So
thank
look,
Thank
you.
so
you.
look,
Thank
so
you.
so so we want to bring it to a close. So I want to ask you, do you have any parting words? Do you have any shout outs? Do you have anything that you would like to share to the world, to the people that may sit and listen to this and listen to the entire show? What would you like to share with the people? What's on your heart? What's on your mind?
If God gave it to you, use it.
Mm,
Don't sit on gifts that you were given and it was ordained for your life. You
mm,
all,
yeah.
honestly, and for me, it would not have been intentional. Had my mom, like I said, she came home and told me I was getting in the band, but in my mind at the time, band was not there.
Mm.
She knew because God placed it in her mind,
That's the only way
Oh,
you were going to do it. That's the
right,
only way
exactly.
you're going to do it.
So, like I said, if
right.
God put it in you to do it, and don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot do it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you cannot accomplish your goals. You know how many people told me I wouldn't do it?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
They told me I wouldn't do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
You
Right.
hear?
Hey,
Not
You
only
hear?
here, but again, the first girl. So don't ever believe the naysayers. Do what God ordained you to do. And that's what I got. Do what God
Chuck.
ordained
well,
you to
man, we
Well,
got to start
That's
past the
gospel.
collection plate.
Amen. Yeah.
Like,
right.
shoot,
Amen.
man,
Amen.
drop that money. You
Yes.
cash that.
Hallelujah.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you don't use them, he's gonna take them
Right.
away, y'all.
That's facts.
Almost
You'll
there.
lose them.
Most
Use
there.
the gifts, and I'm still using them, like Toby said, in the classroom. I know
Keep
it,
doing it.
and I am.
Keep doing it.
You know, that's what I do. That's what I do, and that's what makes my love of teaching. I instill it in them. I get it from parents all day, every day. They're at home singing this song. What is this song? Oh, it's just
I
our main
knew
idea
it.
rap. It's just our main idea rap. Let them rap it right now for you. You know,
That's
that's
beautiful. Shout out to our educators, you
yes,
guys.
Hey,
You
Boom.
guys.
the
Shout them out.
best teachers in America marched in the Sonic Boom of the South.
Okay,
absolutely.
Shout out.
then.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Like, I can name Carlton, I can name Curtis, I can
Yes,
name
yes.
Kimesha. Some of the best teachers in the world come from the Sonic Boom of the South. Shout out.
Yep.
I second
Word.
that. I second that.
All good. All right, y'all. So
Right, y'all.
this was great. This was amazing. Another wonderful episode. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. We always say this, and I gotta stop saying this, but I can't stop. You know, we could go on for another 50 minutes of stories of things that went on and things that you were involved in. Kamisha, it's just, just more history things, more teachable moments, just life, man. Just kind of just moving through life as a college student. College student, we still kids in college.
Exactly.
Man, listen, we thought when we went to school, we were like, oh, we grown, we graduated. No, that life, I was like, Mama,
What?
what you cooking today? I'm coming
Mhm.
home and eat. No. So I appreciate you. So we're gonna wrap this up. So thank you once again, Kamisha Worthy Bonner,
Thank y'all.
for sharing your life, sharing your journey, sharing your thoughts, your energy, your wisdom, your knowledge, everything that you had that you've bestowed on people that came around with you and up under you, behind you, the musicianship that you displayed. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Boom.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all show
Right.
me a lot of love too.
We did. Most deaf. I
Uh,
remember when
Yeah,
you
that's
showed
the
up. We
purpose,
were like,
man.
oh, okay. We got a girl in here. Okay, girl. Come
Right.
on, girl.
And she cold with it.
And she cold.
No,
Look, Danielle,
That
you
great.
couldn't deny when if
no, you
a
really
male
couldn't.
dominated scenario, when girls come in and they cold, it's like, you know what? She cold blooded.
Yeah.
She cold
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Rick
All
James
right,
with
she
cold
is.
blooded.
I mean,
Right.
when you have no choice. You have no choice but to mimic them. You have no choice but to learn from them. And so you end up being a beast
yeah,
because
and that's who I
you're
learned
learning
from.
from beasts.
Again,
Yeah.
just observing,
Yeah.
observing. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's
All
it.
right. Cool. We
Keep
done.
Go
keep it
ahead,
to
Toby. Go
myself.
Toby,
ahead,
you got
Toby.
something?
Yeah,
Huh,
Toby. What you
Toby?
No,
We
I
finna
just
log
like
off.
because you forget sometimes, because like you said, it's been 24 years. It's been a long time, and you things get lost. But then when
Yeah.
people start talking and you hear their perspective, then you start remembering things. And
Hmm.
I remember like dudes coming in there that were plucking, day
Yeah.
one, and then Kamisha just started making this elevated, push, and you can see their face, like
Mm.
play it by yourself, and then you see they like, what am I not doing that she's doing? And then they just didn't show up again. They were just gone. Like it was just her talent,
Mm.
man, and her
Perseverance.
perseverance, like
Don't quit.
the perseverance, the work
I
ethic,
don't quit.
Yeah.
That's it. I do not
the
quit. And
work
I told
ethic.
you
And
it
she
was
said
because of
that
JT
earlier
that I
in
worked
the in
harder.
the, in the
Yep.
season, like my perseverance. I don't quit. It's just like I don't know what quitting looked like. Like that was just beautiful to me because it just made me feel that and then just the people that were around her, the names that she called. Like I don't think we don't talk about the JTs enough. We don't talk about the
Mm.
Percys
Oh my gosh,
enough, and
y'all.
like, and these guys, and I'm gonna get teary-eyed talking about them because
Yeah.
Percy was my barber the whole time I was in Mississippi. Like the heart that these gentlemen have for people, the love that they have for people. When you sit down and you talk to them, you know what I'm saying? There's a perception, but then there's reality. When you sit down and talk to them, and the love that they have and the care that they have for people is top notch. And I just think that, you know, it was all ordained for her to come at that time, because the section and the people that were in that section at that time could foster that talent
Sorry, you
and
cry.
push that forward. No, I'm sorry. I'm stopping right now, man. Look,
But yeah,
man, session with the bull.
there's a lot of late nights
No,
with Percy giving me those. If it weren't for Percy giving me a lot of parts, I wouldn't have learned
Yeah.
series. You know, it was
Yeah.
Percy took me onto his wing, just like JT, just like Alonzo, all my crab brothers, y'all. But Percy, JT, Alonzo.
Mhm.
If it weren't for those three, power in three. Look at that.
Hey.
Yeah, look at that. Y'all training with her.
There it is. All right, y'all. That was dope, y'all. Literally. We could do this. We could do this in another 40 minutes, man. Literally. So we're gonna log out here.
All right, y'all.
Thank you once again. We out of here. We're gone. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking us out. More to come. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. This is Band Sessions with the Boom. I'm gonna shake my pom pom. Thank you to our special guest, Miss Kimesha Worthy Bonner. And we are out of here, y'all. Peace out.
Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club is presented by Bet Online.